Hi everyone, this is Emmanuel. I'm going to present a project that I've done for a company when ChatGPT just started in 2023, I believe. So this is the use of a design within AI to ensure the what I call here, so the usability at all stages, so users to stuff. Now, in the case of SED Collective, they have a report form here where we focused on getting the data from staff at the time of the event. So if an event is happening, let's say on 25th of February, then they go to the form and then they add the data there. So it's more engaging and just easier, and they can do it from the phone. So because they have to provide reports in this format, Excel, to the Singaporean government, that's what they needed to do, and in a form of summarized Word document or PDF document. So they need to introduce this data manually. So for example, I need to add here and I need to add my data. Now, we wanted to make sure this is done at the time of the event, not at the end of the year. So instead of looking at the end of the year, let's say end 2023, right, to look at all 40 projects and remember details and add data then. So that was quite challenging. So we tried, how can we make it super easy at that point to add the data? We did it through the form, so they can easily access on the phone. The data is collected through a general connection to Excel here. So everything is done. In the future, I made it easy if they need to edit the submission to have a link. And finally, this is the code wherein we'll use ChatGPT to create the next part, which is the report and the summarization of the data. Because here we will have numbers, we'll have activities, all of that can be pulled in. It's a very simple line. Most of this is actually prevalent today, and it's integrated within Google apps with Gemini, or you can do it with ChatGPT. There are extensions. Here it just accesses the folder. Here it looks at where into the folder to get information, which row. For instance, in demo here is basically number 1 and number 2 for the title, and here is the actual content, the author, the art of nature as a project. And finally, it looks at taking the model from the LLM and making a summary on the data, as well as using the tokens. Maximum tokens, so what's the maximum length? I would simply want to provide this to the panelists, to the AI Tinkerers present at the venue, to highlight actually the use of design within AI and how important it is at all stages to ensure usability. Because this part, people were using it, but then they had a difficulty, like you can see here, edit submission, but then they had a difficulty for when to edit it. So they still needed to access this Excel file, which was not ideal. So I'm just trying to show that when you create an automation tool, however useful it is, if the staff don't end up using it, then it's pointless. And in this case, if ChatGPT makes mistakes, or if we want to change the summary provided from ChatGPT, the next stage will actually be, okay, how can we make it so they don't have to come here, reprompt, rerun the function, and maybe even change some of the rows or like where to look at to get that data and to create a summary. And also, how do we ensure it is filled up into a template ready document, or it creates a design by itself? So that's the next stage. Because what happened was the staff felt, actually, you know what, instead of using the form, I'm just using my old way, I'll just add the data here. And then instead of using AI as an automation from the form itself, because the actual summary is created instantly the moment the form is generated. So the details are done on the spot. But they preferred to be like, oh, okay, you know what? I'll add the data in here and I'm going to copy paste it into ChatGPT, give it and ask it 5, 6, 7 times, because that's where I can like ask him be better, rephrase this, rephrase that. So making sure that part of the tool and those requirements are understood by all sides of the equation. I think this is what I'll really like to show with this project: the application of design principles to creating cool AI automation solutions. So pitfalls and like strategies. Thank you. And if this makes it, can't wait to present however imperfect this might be. Project is older, but I think the lessons and the learning is essential, and it's universal.